fish that at the thing that at the event that I volunteer at, they distribute out. So this is a meal that I picked up, and it is a vegan meal. And while I was eating, I mean, it's so tasty. I'm not kidding you guys. Like, it is really tasty. One moment. Hopefully, I didn't get cut off. So this meal is really tasty. Now, when I was eating this, and this is what it is. It is potato salad with barbecue cabbage, and vegan cornbread. So I was eating this and I thought, man, this is super, super tasty. And I could not help but think, I'm not kidding you guys, like I could not help but think while I was eating this, a pork. And then afterwards, after I ate it, I was thinking to myself, like, I wonder how long this is gonna keep me full, because although tasty as it is, I mean, this is really good barbecue cabbage. It's really good. I know cabbage is gonna go right through me. Cabbage is not a very filling thing, right? So potatoes are filling, bread is filling, cabbage not so filling, but that's my little confession for you guys. Once I was eating this, I instantly thought of like barbecue. And it made me want to eat some pork. Yeah. I wish, one thing about vegetarian food is vegetarian food for me, it doesn't keep me full very long. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a lack of protein. Maybe it's the lack of fats. I don't know what was used as I don't know what was used for the substitute for mayo for this vegan. Maybe it's like veganese or something, which I think is vegetable oil. I mean, I don't know what else is in there, right? It can't be egg. If it's vegan, you can't have egg in there. I don't know too much about vegan cooking, but it's a lot of like plant oil, plant-based substitutes. For barbecue, they have jackfruit. Oh God, I hate barbecue jackfruits so much. I have never tried a good barbecue jackfruit, despite what people might hear. Everyone that I've tried, it's like the consistency, it's not there. I know that like you'll have some places to be like, oh, it tastes just like pork. Oh, it's so good. And then I taste it and I'm like, this is not pork. I know what pork tastes like. I know what jackfruit tastes like. I actually like jackfruit. So don't think it's like I'm a jackfruit hater or something like that. I really, really like jackfruit. But jackfruit, I mean, pork, pulling it as a jackfruit, it's like you don't have that pork taste. You might have that like kind of stringiness, but it's not the same. How would I say? It's similar to pork, but it's lacking that pork taste, and that's what I really judge things on. I like pork. I like pork and I like beef. So, yeah. Long story short, I know like some of these foods, like people make it and they try to encourage people to go into vegetarianism or veganism, and it's good. Like, don't get me wrong, but I know this kind of food does not keep me full very long. Again, I was like, when Lewis was vegetarian, I was mostly plant-based, so you guys didn't see me eat too much meat. I was eating meat, but I wasn't eating nearly as much meat as I eat now. And man, the amount of food that we had cooking at all times, oh my goodness, it was like lentils, rice, tofu, vegetables. And now it's like I look in the kitchen, I look in the refrigerator, and it's so much more empty compared to before. It's really like, I don't even need that much food to eat. Before, it was just like, yeah, it was a constant battle of just like buying more food and cooking more food and reheating more vegetables and then eating again because you're hungry. And yeah, so anyway, long story short, I know some people are gonna get kind of pissed at me for saying this kind of thing, but it's true. I eat this and I really want to eat pork brisket. It's good, like, don't get me wrong, it's really good, but yeah, I think, like, how would I say it? Like, I kind of imagine like this is good, but because I'm a meat eater, it's like that makes me crave the meat version of this. But because I know, like I could eat like so much of this cabbage by myself. And you guys, if you guys don't know, like barbecue sauce has sugar in it. It definitely has sugar in it. I don't know what else it has in there, but there's definitely sugar in there. That's not good for me in high amounts. And yeah, it's not gonna keep me full for long. So this is like a little snack, most likely later on. I'm either gonna eat the clams for dinner, which I haven't cooked yet. I really need to cook them. I don't want them going. I don't want them dying because if they die, then you know it's like, yeah, it's not good. Then I have to toss them out. But yeah, because you're supposed to clean steam the clams when they're fresh, when they're still living, as morbid as it sounds. But yeah, so I just I just really want to eat. I really want to eat a barbecue pork. I know my previous stream I was telling you guys about my cravings for like what Popeyes and Church's chicken. Not Church's chicken, but Raising Cane's. Yeah, this this dish makes me want to eat pork. I think it's kind of tough too. I think it's kind of tough. Like sometimes if you, I imagine like if someone is a vegan or a vegetarian, let's say they do it for health reasons, or let's say they do it for ethics reasons, right? It's like this kind of food is supposed to be a good transition food. You're supposed to like tell yourself like I can't eat meat, but I'm going to eat this because this stuff is healthier for me. It's plant-based and yeah, you get most of the same flavors in there. But confession time, there's nothing as satisfying to me as eating a really nice marbled piece of meat or fatty piece of meat. It's just like I don't know. It's like I'm not. I don't even eat that much meat. Like some people might think I eat like I must be like gorging on meat. No, 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 no. But it's just like I feel like I enjoy my food on another level. That just it's not based on the sauces. It's just like salt and pepper. But I think it's like the fat in the meat just makes everything taste so much more savory. Um, that's what I'm trying to get at. So if you are if you and again I don't say this to dislike vegans or vegetarians, but I feel like there's only so many there's so many flavors you can get for vegetarian or vegan food. I have like so many spices. Like I remember I was looking at vegetarian food and people were saying like, oh, have Indian food because Indian food you have so many spices, and then after a while it's like you keep using the same spices, and then you get bored of it, and then maybe you want to have like the texture of meat, but you can't have meat, so then you have to find something similar to that, right? And then you kind of go down the whole path of Gardein and Morningstar and whatever those meats are, and it's just like it's not the same. It's not the same. Now I will say corn is really good. I've said that many times before. Corn is good. Gardein, they make a good chicken thing, but the beef and the pork I did not find any good substitute at all. Oh yeah, see, I'm not too familiar with like the vegan burgers and the sugar intake. I never paid attention to that. I know when people think about like vegetarian or vegan things, they always are thinking about the fat, right? How much fat does it have? They're worried about like cholesterol, saturated fat, that kind of stuff. For me, I don't worry about cholesterol. I don't think cholesterol is a bad thing, but keep in mind, I'm not deep frying my food. The food that I'm eating is it's just like the meat with the fat, and ideally I should have grass fed or I should have pasture raised stuff only, but the pork it's a little pain in the ass to deal with the pasture raised pork thing, so I'm just eating like feedlot pork, not the best, but yeah, it's like there's just there's not it's like you can eat potatoes to fill your belly up, you can eat bread to fill your belly up, but you're gonna get hungry again, and I know I'm gonna get hungry after I eat this. Yeah, it's like yesterday after I ate that 1 pound of pork belly, I that's all I ate for dinner, and I was good. I mean, like I didn't, yeah, it was good after that. But like this kind of stuff, I could honestly eat like three of these. And that's quite a bit of like that's a lot of carbs, right? Because potato is carbs, uh, the bread is carbs, and this as I mean this is really good stuff. It's really tasty, but it's just I notice like now when I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, this is just a lot of carbs filling me up, and then I mean, it's not gonna keep me that full. That's my whole big concern about this kind of stuff. So, Lewis, for example, too, right? When he was vegetarian, man, he used to eat all the time, always hungry, eating multiple meals. And now, because he's a meat eater, I notice he snacks a lot less. He eats a lot less. He's leaner. He's not, he's not. He doesn't have bloating. Like issues as much as before. Like I remember that was really a big thing that kind of got on his nerves. So yeah, it's just like it's like I don't know if it's just really just like the animal protein or if it's the fat in the animal with the animal meat that's just a lot more filling. But there's a sizable difference in how much I eat, even for me, like how much I eat if I just go low meat on one day versus if I go a high meat. Again, I just eat way more on a vegetarian or a low meat diet versus a high meat diet. So anyway, I'm gonna go finish this up. Lewis is gonna pick me up. As you guys know, he got his car today, so we're gonna be going on a little ride. I don't know where we're gonna be eating. I kind of want to go to a barbecue place. That's my confession. I want to go to a barbecue place now because I actually crave some meat. Not the best thing because like barbecue has sugar on it, right? So I should stay away from it. But yeah, it's yeah. So protein increases your sensation. I think it's not just protein because I mean like I was eating so much of that freaking I was eating so much like high protein food before. Like I was eating like what tofu, and I was eating beans and beans and beans, and I can eat so much beans, you guys. I can have like eat a bunch of beans and rice, but you know what happens after I eat a lot of beans and rice? I feel bloated, and I just feel kind of like oogie. But I don't have that. I don't have that same heaviness when it comes with meat. I yesterday I ate pork belly. I ate that whole 1 pound of pork belly. Did I feel like I bloated afterwards? No. Did I have any desire to take a nap? No. But yeah, high carb meals do that to me, so I'm probably gonna feel pretty tired after this. No, it is actually a vegan potato salad. I don't know what they use. It's really tasty though. It's really tasty. It has onions in there. It has spices, but when I taste it, I can tell there's not mayo in there. Like it's like more it doesn't have that like creamy macaroni salad taste. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you have like mayonnaise that has that creamy flavor to it. This one, it's pretty close, but it's not. It doesn't have that full body flavor. And I don't eat that much mayo. I really don't eat that much. Well, actually, wait, I take that back. I do eat mayo, but I don't eat too much mayo. I have like mayo maybe like 3 or 4 times a week. That falls under the keto diet. So, I try to stick with keto. I don't really like calling my diet like keto, but it's basically like a low carb thing. I try to stay away from like sugars. I try to stay away from like fried foods. I don't. That's why air fryer is my best friend. Well, one of my best friends. I shouldn't say my best friend. And yeah, if you guys are like struggling with like diet or something, or you just find yourself really liking deep fried food, I highly suggest getting an air fryer. I would not hesitate getting an air fryer if this thing breaks, like 100%. I'd be like, you know what, the air fryer broke. I need to get another air fryer ASAP. And today I'm gonna be. I heard you can air fry strawberries in there. Supposedly it tastes like pie. I'm not too sure. So I have some strawberries and I'm gonna put them in the air fryer. I think you put cinnamon on there, but I'm not too sure. So I'm curious to see how that tastes. Yeah, but it is tasty. It is yummy, and the vegan cornbread is nice too. I know this is not gluten-free cornbread, 100% not gluten-free, but you know what? I'll take a chance on this. I'll have gluten with this. It's good though. What do you mean what? So yeah, when I was eating this, I was so tasty, and then but afterwards I kept noticing my brain kept thinking of pork while I was eating this. I was like, man, this is like when I was like, yeah, when I was eating it, I just like my brain thought this was pork for whatever, and I knew this was not pork, but I just saw it as pork. I was like, man, this is great. Yeah, definitely get an air fryer. There's a lot of quick recipes. All you do is this: you prep. You can get meat or something like that, or you can get like, I shouldn't recommend this, but like frozen fries, and you just throw it in the air fryer. You turn it on. You set the temperature, right? And then you put like the time, how long you want it cooking, let's say 360 degrees for 5 minutes, right? Once you press start, it instantly starts up. So it's not like a freaking oven. You know, when you have an oven, you feel like you spend 15 minutes waiting for it to warm up. You don't have that with an air fryer. It instantly starts up. And then let's say if you set it for 5 minutes, after 5 minutes, it automatically shuts down. So it's so convenient. When I do pork belly, for instance, I just, salt and pepper each side, and then I cut it into little pieces, and then, of course, I like stab the skin a bit so I can make it all crispy. But I just throw it into the air fryer. I think it's 360 degrees, 10 minutes, right? And then I flip it the other side, another 10 minutes, and that's it. So 20 minutes, yeah, 20 minutes of cook time. I don't have to wait for the damn thing to preheat. And afterwards it's like so nice and it's so amazingly crispy. And I just wonder like how come I didn't get an air fryer sooner, because like you can avoid so much deep fried stuff. Like even tortilla chips, right? So I grabbed some tortillas, like corn tortillas, and I cut them into like, how they come in a circle? I cut them into like 6 pieces, and then I just put like a small like I put a layer of corn tortillas, and I just air fried it. I forgot what the temperature is. You guys can look on Google. But that's it. I just did the same thing. Let's say 360 for 5 minutes. And then afterwards, I just took it out and I ate it, and it was crispy. It doesn't keep the crispiness. It's not like a regular potato chip because it's not deep fried, or a tortilla chip. But it is so much healthier because you don't have to worry about it being deep fried in vegetable oil. So I love having it so much. Lewis had the tortilla chips and he really liked them too. So we were eating that with hummus. So tasty, so tasty. So one of those things like I cannot imagine living without is air fryer. The other one is the Instapot, because I use that for my beef stew every week. So majority of my dinners tend to be beef stew. Same thing, just a bunch of vegetables, bone broth, beef. Throw it in a pot. Let it cook for 25 minutes, right? And then it just shuts itself off, and then that's it. It's simple. Like I don't spend a lot of time like prepping and cooking and things like that. It's like I don't. But the stuff that I have, like the Instapot and the air fryer, it makes it look so freaking simple that I can't imagine life without those two things. So yeah, look into getting an air fryer. I would, you guys know how frugal I am, but yeah, air fryer changed my life. It changed. It's like I'm so open to trying different things. I air fried actually an artichoke last week. Yeah, last week, and that was so. But it was simple, just olive oil. I didn't have a lemon on me, so I just used olive oil, salt, pepper. After I cut the artichoke in half, and then yeah, I just put it in the air fryer, and then I think I was supposed to flip it both sides, but I might have overcooked it. Yeah, I overcooked it. No, I don't have. I don't. I rather not fry stuff in oil. That's yeah. I don't want to fry stuff in oil anymore. I rather just like I rather like limit my intake of oils. I don't mind like olive oil and things like that, but like a lot of the deep fried stuff you buy in, let's say, restaurants, it's like they use like canola oil or like that mixed vegetable oil, or that crappy oil, that very high inflammation kind of oil. It's like cheap for them, but it comes at my health, right? Expense of my health. So I don't eat out very much. Like I very, very seldomly eat out, because it's like I rather just control what I'm eating, and that way I don't have to worry about, let's say, puffing up the next day. Or if I do, it's like, okay, well, I know what I ate. Let me reduce the sodium. Mmm. You know what? I got to air fry broccoli. Thank you. I had broccoli actually. I should try that. People also do kale chips. You know, kale chips. They air fry that. So I'm gonna air fry strawberries today because that's supposed to be like pie. And then yeah, I can do broccoli, and then you can do sweet potato. You know, sweet potato fries. And yeah, you have like way less. Like if you decide to add oil on there, you have way less oil than you would if you did it. But most of the time, like I don't like adding any oil on there. The only thing I've added oil on was that artichoke, but other than that, like no, I don't like using oils. And if I do use oils, like my preferred oil or my preferred cooking medium or cooking substance to fry would be fat. So it'd either be ideally tallow, or it would be pork fat, or it would be avocado seed, because avocado oil has a high smoke point. But I don't like having any of that freaking vegetable oil, that canola oil kind of stuff. Like I don't want any of that. So yeah, the pork fat that I get when I air fry, I drain out the oil, and then because you have to dump out the oil anyway, right? So I drain out the oil and any impurities in there, like fried bits. I try to get rid of that, and then I just put it in a jar, and then in the morning, like whenever I make eggs, I just scoop some of that fat out, and then I just put it in a cast iron, and it's nice. It's like I really like it. I feel like or if I don't do pork fat with eggs, I'll do butter, Kerrygold butter with eggs. But I've been going on like the pork fat thing for about a while, and it's great. Yeah, so yeah, try avocado. Avocado is a good one. But I stay away. Like I said, I'm so animal based right now. I don't like touching too much on the vegetable oils. But I do use olive oil. I do like olive oil as like a dipping sauce with Italian seasoning and things like that. So yeah, I'm not against vegetable oils. I'm just pretty damn selective about which one. For vegetable oils to eat with, I'm okay with sesame oil, avocado oil, olive oil, and I think that's coconut oil. Yeah, coconut oil moderation, but I don't really cook with coconut oil. I just use it for skin stuff. Yeah, that's all. That's it. So, yeah, my cooking is pretty freaking simple, and yeah, man, I can't believe it, but I think this thing actually has quite a bit of sodium. I'm feeling pretty thirsty. Anyway, so I'm gonna go finish this thing up, and I will talk to you guys later. I just wanted to share that little blurb with you guys. If you guys ever have vegetarian or vegan food, if it is really tasty, I know, like I said, I know that the whole idea behind this is like to encourage people to go vegetarian or go vegan, and just say like, oh yeah, you don't need to eat meat. You can just have like barbecue cabbage instead, and that will be filling too. But my experience with this kind of stuff is that as tasty as it is, I'm gonna eat way more of it, and I don't want that. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later. See ya.